Bawumia an analysis on these same people, yeah, G2. Can you an analysis of yeah, or say party? What sort of stupidity is this? Excuse my language. Hey, NPP before you lose your sense of being objective.
If you're the partner, man, so on take amfa.
No, or is it because any person say, Umako Tisti to me pay and send you to me TNT? For them, you may be a the woman at the Sakwa Bermunti no more, but woman the bigger party one. I would have thought to say, Omo can say, can the Agyapong and on my Lusu election and then some more kind. Omo want to make some crack in the Agyapong can't tell them Lusu election. You lose with Dr. Bawumia begin and all the cancer. A year debt restriction, a year were Bremo and the my Lucy election. Number one. Dr. Bawumia begin and all cancer arrogance of power, the my Lucy election. Dr. Bawumia begin and all cancer 11, the my Lucy election. Dr. Bawumia begin and all about the cancer, a Ghana focus here in the reshuffle, ya net into the Lucy election. Ono the elusive way no obeka but in the Japan the ohi kaya san ye for election. So when the mehu a chese election be do so. It the was say and say the mehu na American ye ndum adwuma. MPP ni be the tia asema no ka. Ye lusu we ya Bawumia beka ye boy nsema man say wo hu the election. Really? Ya gini wo fi. It's not we are near Canada, dear near because a your time can the Japan win engineer time party. The new public your parties is here, and one of my can say, Omo ya lose almost sense of reasoning. They are losing it, and for me, the earlier Omo recognizing no more the better. You see, Nya to be because when people party, my not careful a best say party. Obi bia na no aka say asema Rambo can aka yen sema also disunit for party ni san kofo ni nyina ohene e kontompo sem na braba sem so yam fre you can say a spade Sophie I'm going to say Sophie ne ko ka say atrekesia ye better die. What the kind of audio be Honorable His Excellency Dr. Bawumia and Simbi of Ghana. That's a man yet Abuchin one of Okanawa can be.
Yes, Ghana pen, yes.
Yes. I'm a mechanical maybe I know ye program I make her say Dr. Bawumia Obi Bia or yes, I research and man of data, man information, man cancer answer, any panel M1 or man of wrong information. Dr. Bawumia nipa doctor say or share and also share what doctor no. Or no doctorate no a PhD a nimdie osia ye and ordinya doctorate no. And medical doctor sir. It's me cry Mr. say impo obima Dr. Bawumia information binaso or cancer with the background no. On one obey the research and so and sana dear was waka. And some of the kind initially program here on the institute so no friends so that. Or can it be a way and don't know who said you walk can't China certain in the Japan and penny baby now. Obi be our first of the contestant on penny baby now. And my sister won't do the chinny be machine to be back also at just after now. They are the court 3 times, 4 times. But I did back home, you know, fee and say. Suswan pass, what the young fat Professor Milsa. Or no, your position now, Dr. Bawumia wouldn't be in the year fat home. Or can so and Carol is again.
Debbie.
Because one first time or we near 110 or can Professor Mills. So if he said Tama Rollins said the Professor Mills Coy is sending a coup for Edigine Masi and Bawumia. Professor Mills Coy and Professor Mills echo professor me to say the Dr. Bawumia perform me and can support the Professor Mills Bekobi.
Debbie.
And about John Mahama, the first attempt to the presidency, he won.
But I know they say Ghana for ehu no mobo no motoman because that time na Professor Mills wunti e yasenyom e no mobo ya Ghana for Ghana for mobo no de toman.
No, that is an insult to the voting population in Ghana. So Kase Ghana for fu munyan san e koto Ghana for atem.
Ose adwabeni no mobo de man.
It's na make that Okasa udi Ghana for atem. So like Ghana for nimbi omope. Nani and Kay, then you have more instead of Mohammed to me, and then you have more broke to mana. And then at 2024, if more brony will Ghana for Sakoto Ababa. Robisan Hosa. Obo, Oshia Bakosima. 1992, a free soldier, by military, a bar democracy. Rollins, soldier, Tadigo. That time, no grand said, for a baby near Bubo resource now. We all saw what happened.
And I've been process nipo.
Yeah, not a new.
Yeah.
And the professor the first challenge, we also said he did not do what he did. It was like, or no man will be in a name, Ebekasaya, my whole democracy. The performance wasn't Ubibaka Zebia not and yet as near expected. But on him danger MP before Dubois could be 1996.
Ebacha Debbie.
And yes, one yes, young fan so resource name the displeasing of a Dubois and then paying for that time take his woman of parliament. And on the man MPP party maybe who said that was a bad decision. Prof. Eddie and take here because the parliament and the tuna can improve in terms because the 96 million you see in 2000 after 18 when and when MPP were demonstrating in India, the men that they had our parliament in 96. And I'm gonna say, so you was saying power more my mumian for 2 million. And so we share against Rollins. So near your popularity contest for Ghana at that time, there was nobody who had the charisma and the popularity than Rollins. The President Kufuor's even first attempt was a good show, a good build-up from a Dubois Indiana. So 2000, President Kufuor Ewene. Me, now President Kufuor, it was rumored to also Portal and Chairman in 2007.
Yeah.
And the Portugal Kufuor Ewene. Upi said the Kufuor Ekwen and Kufuor Kunya 40% and 41% or 37 or 38%. And then MPP for the cancer, young or President Kufuor private cancer, and the country was saying, young factor machine and go. Sending them for a woman, Sessan and Ecoso. But the Kufuor almost nearly lost out by over 70,000 votes.
Yeah.
Kufuor got that up to a little over 70,000 voters. So Kufuor won the first one. He had over 49%, which showed that almost 50% of Omomotu about Ghana no more Kufuor. And this is what Sani Power we say Kufuor. What's a call second election? Now what do you do? Which is Kufuor. There be to party in there who say, oh, so you're about 50% of who pen and ask them that are there. And it's something an uncle 2012. Forget about saying you move for so but 2012 figures a Kufuor a fully over 47%. Right?
Yeah.
Fully over 7%. Which was still closer to the 50% mark.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you will say a Kupuado still our senior maintaining or Tiba about 2%.
Yeah.
She knew a Kupuado term no plan I can win 49, second term or Tiba 47. Per Bawumia analogy, would the young fan be a walker? On all the first term, we are saying
38.
Can we say so? Of course, second term, per Kupuado logic, no, or better, as about to be 36 or so. So now, what is that?
I worked to 36, 35.
And it's what we want now. Statement about me, I can't mean any say, or GD said 2028 NPP betting our election. Which many argument. I also believe said 2028 you bet me win election back. But not Dr. Bawumia. Many view you bet me win it. Name and yet Dr. Bawumia be enemy bet me win it.
Or can say be said
because
or can say answer not because no over to us no. Or can say be said or share a year 2028 Ghana for Eddie Sabia to us so we a first time I can say candidate person beto abamao na NDC be presenting new candidate in 2028 and also wabada about 2024 anyi nti bedu 2028 no what the onone NDC candidate ni gina ho a omde humobro beto ama ono Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia
me say enye no kre I didn't know Professor Mills, the vice president, one term. Only J. Kufo. Chama J. Kufo, the first election. Professor Mills, about the year Rollins running mate. J. Kufo 96 when Mills be when they vice president. But you call the year 2000. Send an answer because any Mills and so I more popular than Kufo. Mahama be president for 4 years and will free sin him. Bawumia be vice president for 8 years. Not media pabo Bawumia being seen Kufuado. Economic guru. On what you say. So Bawumia within the 8 years was more popular than John Mahama. But only the good idea is here. Let's assume, or CMPP, the NDC will be full front and back. Is Haruna Idrisu a new face in Ghanaian politics, if or not, in the back? So, NDC has on the Muntaka Muhammad Mubarak back. Muntaka Mubarak, or a new face for Ghanaian politics.
Or new face, but the first attempt.
That when on Mosa see a call parliament, Koye minister, Pampas, 7 years by, and a Ghana for Conservative Ghana for Muntaka Mahmoud Bawumia. And again, when in Makase, and the Canadian in Agyapong, Ekujina Makola. Now, Ofisi Circle Road the site. Near the Mahmoud Bawumia Kujina Makola, near the new Fisi upon the site. Now, you giant pay would you say, Sandy Pam, you know, almost say, Ubiam running town. Why in the Jom for the question? That is the test of popularity. So, what did Nippon see the idea? Fine, not to do on a bit too soon. Is Bawumia telling me say he's more popular than Kennedy Agyapong? Is that what he's saying?
That's what he's saying.
Dr. Bawumia is more popular than Kennedy Agyapong. And you have internet a job for taxi drivers. Baby, I'll be a bit Ghana for say. Someone the Kennedy Agyapong bar, you bet for Bama, but man for now, my young two man. And then people for empty no man for Uncle of the Bawumia, ko edeli kuhu. The record now can kind, a more dear in the engine of credit, no chance. Said go ahead, Circle for the with the percentages. Say Kufado with the percentages. Which one is true? Bawumia analysis on these same people, there, G2. Can you analysis there? Or say party. What sort of stupidity is this? Excuse my language. Hey, NPP for you lose your sense of being objective.
If you are the partner man so on take amfa.
No, or is it because any NPP say Umako tasty to me pay and send you to me TNT for them Jumbe bia ye di woman na besa kwa ba mu nti no mo ye but woman nyene the bigger party one. You see, at any point in time, Makasa Obia Nyame Ejinipi. Before the 2003 presidential run of a primary, I was on Happy FM. And I'm a catcher host now a program and say, Mopa Yemfa Alanche Martin, Yemfa Mahmoud Bawumia, Yemfa Kennedy Agyapong, these three leading candidates. Any constituency. Now, Yemma Nipa not NPP for to Abankwa, no constituency Nipa a womb, Ghana for a womb. So when you see now, Nipa Miansa will be a Kasa will be one and every survey, every radio program, every analysis be by the HSA Kennedy Agyapong was the people Ghanaians, not NPP for Ghanaians were looking for. And Ghana for also and the mayor winning up. And this a woman in Ghana for now would the party interest in you could see one. I know so as well as the Koji that 38 and finally they will say and 38 and 40 to 42. I mean, you're serious for once. Not young for a grown 20. A grown knows a yados were NPP. Some people feel that it is their right, say, because the Bawumia be vice president in Intino on one or the other because John a BB Sam Akufo-Addo Intino San also in Akufo-Addo. If he was the vice president to J. Akufo and Akufo-Addo lose 2008 election. Unfortunately, Akufo-Addo was not. And Oma Kojina Bawumia and almost say Obiomo Makwai Mobianko contesting. Only way I'm more because sometimes I'm perceiving where were they when party rooted for Akufo-Addo and voted against Aliu Mahama, who was Kufuor's vice president. Aliu Mahama, none of whom has some Ghana, would be necessarily be seen there, would be a bit baby and work as somebody for Aliu Mahama.
David.
Yet, we said, Akufo-Addo, though on near vice president, but as a minister and as a party person, no, Akufo-Addo was more popular and obeyed me out with election than Aliu Mahama. Akufo-Addo. So even if history, repeating a one and a marker, Bawumia Kennedy Agyapong, if you have these two, and then Ghana for one is Nico Jamia to Abomana, si Jom CCA, si Jom Neko Busaye Sobino, because schools never start Sobino. Target the youth, target the elderly. And the Menoka say you may meet video be and this gentleman I know what's now to me educated at lawyer Ambao. Pack in the day that point or you're sorry or say no fan channel. Now or you're too hard on him. Can you imagine?
No, say the only not name free but not a or Sebina Ankophobia Seno and not oye.
You or any probably no one say election or any COVID when your mayor was king. But because now a movie free baby I said no one to mean so in here. And may you win answer so they were sorry. Professor Amache of KNUST, political science lecturer. To the point class on quite the Nanopai man cassette ken, what you can get a point. Not in the Abuakas, but indirect as some kind. Now will be little. Just about 2 months ago, in Ghana, Professor Amache Opili Pack in the Agyapong said he thinks way too harsh on fine channel. While Baba realized said that they are going to do this thing, you need power which just can you imagine? Somebody just 2003 insulting this man, campaigning for Bawumia. Now times and says the idea do no book is sending them an MY, not 10 bits in another way. Almost Bawumia, so much accepted things and say, me sure say no maybe a bo and as a cancer said, they want to twist it and say that since of person will sow seeds of disunity in the party. That is not true. Me makase ubia no candidate MPP in candidate Japan. Omo and me also do MPP in candidate Japan. Own contribution to the party is I went to a friend chance of Poku. Many of your friends on Facebook. I mean, everywhere the deeper be requested. So sometimes you accept me sharing that me meeting that, but I just accepted maybe some years ago friendship on Facebook. And sometimes because Facebook let me who near money in summer or post to a basket in Japan. No, I ran to be serious. And surprisingly, let me share a post back over guy back with a friend of Matt, mini Matt, because we know one group, Martin Prim. Martin Prim, because I said, I can in Japan, but apart from Sika, what in my party, you beat me at your individual beer, what me a fan of one man a really? Have you forgotten in summer? Yeah, majority leaders say, a minority leaders say, oh, parliament after the markets, a better party in Japan, and more than one. Well, I mean, you just on the other business partners or no my Juma or Moon Kong Book Yedi. MP so much bill man can work in the Japan the ball and let be and be before refi. A question the Wayama individuals. What sort of hypocrisy is this? I didn't want to be many parts no credit of us metantro. Because on one promoting selfish interest. Baby, I gonna do Mecca Nama can be MPP for if we make this mistake again, say you sank in the Japan before phobia bar. I am sorry. Party no Yabebre opposite. In 2028, Yabebre. There's a trophy. You have your best shot to go and win the trophy. They are all strong. They are fit. You have a captain. Also, the now you want to go the difficult way. I would have thought to say, Omo can say, Canada Japan, and on my election and then some more kind. Omo want to make some crack in the Japan can't tell them election. You lose with Dr. Bawumia begin and one cancer. A year debt restriction. Yeah, we are very much and the my election. Number one. Dr. Bawumia begin and one cancer. Arrogance of power. The my election. Dr. Bawumia begin and one cancer. The my election. Dr. Bawumia begin and one. About the cancer. Ghana focus here in the reshuffle. Yeah, in the election. Ono the elusive way no obeka but in the Japan the ohi kai ansa na ye for election say when na mehu a che say election e be lusu nti the what say yen say the mehu na American ye ndum adwuma MPP ni be the ti asema no ka ye lusu we ye about me abeka ye boy nsema man say wo hu the be lusu election really ya gini wo fi it's not. So we are near Canada, dear near because a your time can the Japan will engineer time party. And you probably go parking to see and one of can say, Omo ya lose almost sense of reasoning. They are losing it, and for me, the earlier Omo recognizing no more the better. Dr. Bawumia Obiani very fine gentleman. But my proposal for 2024 was said, President Biden and President Obama from 2008 to 2016. And Rana Hillary Clinton upon the Hokakano popular no person Biden, if you know what's 19, and a Democrat appreciate Hillary supporting. But on it, Donald Trump for election 2016 will lose the year. Then people called on Biden. So, and yeah, say if we crank him or by when Sandra. For me, that was my proposal to Dr. Bawumia in 2024. So at that time, na and some caution be Ghana. We be able for it now. We know from any. So he should step aside the people. Let's present a new person. Dr. Bawumia can go reflect later. He still had the opportunity to come. But since we have been previous Ghana for becoming the president, it's going to be difficult. And you more promises or the baby back on board. I'm here when the president's name. What can you deliver? The Northern votes, the Zongo votes, the arresting of the inflation, and you know, saying Baku Predwa, which in the end. And you are here telling us today by hook or hook, Sandy Pani and San Panenko. No, it will not work. And Mickey interview be na Agyapong just about last weekend. You had an opportunity to say interview. I will also express some frustration about machinations in maybe a bit more year or fighting just to bring Dr. Bawumia back. From then upon supporting Bawumia, if fairly, Bawumia can win us 2028 election. Why don't we see Agyapong sitting in the bus like campaign? Not a campaign on and on Dr. Bawumia.
Sapepepe.
We are still Agyapong on the bus.
Where's he?
I didn't know. Oh, you see, people are not asking themselves some of these questions. At the end of the day, I feel watching every Bawumia with the views. No, Bawumia to me and winning. I mean, for even in some good nature. What will we be? At the end of the Agyapong win, Agyapong so contested for presidential candidate. Because of Agyapong the Bawumia. Names ni be PP educhumo. Omo mark would be there no mu yentia. So it's not about personality. Say make Bawumia sementi. It's about who can deliver power to us or for us. Why the Baba Jamai? And who will be a or mining so friend say this is the person we want and we are saying today. So big number being exercise Agyapong and some of about setting the record straight on the Dubai, on Kufu, on the Kufuado, and even on Bawumia. One can say, yeah, I will tell that person that he lacks intellectual capacity. Or either he is suffering from a damage to the brain. Because then I don't know how the person analyzes the issue. Or more about Bawumia kind of thing. No body can't time in tea. No shame mummy to find poor now can say. And I know that I didn't know can I look to me ye. And go for cool 1 year, Jumama party about power, a baby, number of our processor. Or more year no me and Agyapong post, not party 40. Leave my sister Master Bucha Agyapong, not party 40. Nothing in Japan country say, Mummy opportunity a party for Namuna brain and somebody. And can you Bawumia set example of people for say, as man the country no more rest about the Mahama Mahama, yes, animal. Mahama appointment like okay. Party need your year, you may be a make sure so a man be the because what you may in Ama party number power. Was it the same for MPP? And now, some MPP, any seeker resources, as some MPP for dinner. Abu Ramadan, no, him. Abu Ramadan, no, papa, no, when you PNC, you want to know more. PNC, you want MPP, you want. You win a power, we, when you Bawumia contact. And you Bawumia, the ambassadors woman come more post. You my baby. You. And what benefits had him away in India? so must have business in some form of you. Namusan was some way you know from NDC and it's any your identity to see that about where the president and on so Panama position because it is not how we manage a political party. So you don't can join I believe that for now no and near my starting to some of us a distance no but senior strong voice after this studio we will still be doing things from here. But when things get we're to talk senior here, like we did before and during the 2023 primaries, we all get back there, push this agenda as far as we can for Ghanaians, especially MPP for to know that this man is for young MPP. This man is not for.
Mr. Padman. Ebane say na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia kasa na as obi amfa no as obi ante na honorable Ken Kwan kasa na Abe News.
Because any baby fee say really a fellow. It is what kasa within the party as I'm making. Or within the party office or no they pretend to on kasa on but when you can therefore, there is no way I ever sorry I say about me kasa here for criticize no. But omo trade Ken Kasape, hey, let's go and attack him. Bawumia Kasa, the whole Ghana, I'm not sure, say, opa, Kujum, Nakwe Service, we are Kasa, find the no. They will tell you so much you can because people want to hear Agyapong. Kofo Peso Mutin Sama Ken, because Okasa or my hope, Okasa or my encouragement, Okasa lift you up. He put some kind of a self-belief in you that you can do it. With hard work, with discipline, with excellence, with integrity, with all those stuff, you can make it. He stands for truth. He stands for honesty. He stands for dedication. And I've said, sir, if you are corrupt, if you are dishonest, you can never get close to that man. And that is the kind of leader we all want to associate with, we want to be with. If you Ghana phone, we are penance much. But you know, the woman imagine say, the obey be try afan and the bonding. Okay, the video could try to teach you, say, would the DMP before I tell we yourself a party man, so DMP before Jimmy and the Emra could fully interview me, which is about 10 minutes or 8-10 minutes. By Ubia posty, Ubia full interviews. Now, if I said, I associate can because someone can say, yeah, plan or can defend it as a party. So, you will need to do my imagine say, already the scripture. Bible, 30 verses. They will create 2 extra verses. Obviously, the devil has said it and added that it is Ken who has said it. And they will only pick those they have added just to say, hey, I don't know why. There's a saying, in Rastafarianism, they say, who you bless, no one cares. We want to so making him popular, and that is what they fail to recognize.
Do you think so or more messenger and convey a man or more? My main plan from this point. Let's assume you're 2020. Dr. Bawumia, a year, MPP, running mate. The dollar is now at 1 cedi, 12 pesos, $1, 12 cedis, or let's say $1, 13 cedis. Fuel is now selling at 13 cedis per liter. So this is the message that Dr. Bawumia broke our cancer and travel money.
Because one year man would did so your campaign would be vice president. Then it means NDC has outperformed you. Did you have an uncle cancer day? That is the problem for me. So there's some Dr. Bawumia between your country in Muslim war, which we are winning Muslim for when the Muslim community attacked him, say he's not consistent with the Muslim beliefs. He's not proving that he's a true Muslim. I am not saying it because me, I'm not a Muslim. So I can't actually tell who a true Muslim is and who, when people have doubt about his religion, how that person is. I'm not one. So I can't tell. But that is what people are saying about him. They don't know about and go for Musika. Did that exchange program. Omuntimi Musika. Chango for they are still alive. Almost trying still to show more investment than mature and Sunday. And some of these investments may be the 2020 2030. What have the Johnson saying economic about better man? Let's have a extended 2014 2050. You're not serious for once. Those people are still there. Almost investment than mature in 2032, 2033. 30% people did not about me, but now I didn't know better. No matter I failure. It's sometimes I get worried when it seems or it looks like the research department of the party is not working. It's not working because the party research here demand. By now, the party itself and where the future of the party should be heading towards. And I know some of the leaders know. Might not be all, but some of them know. And the truth is, Dudwana himself, the future is not Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He's a fine gentleman. He can be anywhere. Says so be a vice president, so he's like you see, a leader, an elder in the party. He can be from the back, advise, do things. But Pastor generally Didier, I think it will be difficult for Dr. Bawumia to.
A meeting now, Kennedy Nenko for Kosia. You see, what we must understand, first of all, again, the rules and regulations, Papa, they are bad for campaigning in the maybe you may be jumping the gun. But you see, it's in summer, Kennedy car or honor, and summer, you can't die in our party. But to know, you can't casano. Na any media or your party meeting and your party for you record you. Lay at the box. What did he say? O call ya o see our way. And now we share party for Umunyakwe, or Makoto Bifina on your Mokata. No, be a record and on your with this uncle Mona and can respond to see any name and carrot. In this party. J. Spencer, none in Niane, President Kufoy. And President Kufo. Only President Kufo contested 1996. Yeah. Or Samini contested 1998.
Eh, now 1996 na wokan. William Adebia na who's a brown no Casano. Who's a South House what it languages bebre. Na what you say Makuntano no, but a Brenoa, it says a JH Ebano, any.
Odu 98, you know, the kind.
There we
say the Odebanchi that are called Odebanchi called a Jomna answer. Udrivasa Banchina and Kobi on the next side. That is about that year. Any other talk.
Meanwhile, Nakuntan one in a
in reference to J. Kufo. in reference to J. Kufuor. But see, this response is coming because of the Bawumia Chechimwa also XXX. Maybe Bawumia Chechimwa also say, with the exception of Edubuahin, you know, all other presidential candidates, you know, Omunya chance to come and some winning. It's my whole back one. I'll say, Mammy could be in and I remember, yeah, no. And no, Kennedy, Ulupo, no, so air punchy. So, but you see, one thing we must also understand. I'm saying all these things for party people to let their minds rest. The answer then see. The Yakike, Yabati Baby. Kufuor air contest a Dubois in 1996. Let Dubois message and say there's a need for consistency. On within a short time, around August, you know, about November 2nd. August, November, party yet in June, July already. August, year presidential campaign. About November. Within just 3 months, you know, competing with somebody, what's not 11 years class. One market 5 years. You go for a year, I decided to say, yeah, called democracy. Only your name no for 11 years. 1 to 2 months, yeah, you. We are qualified to vote, you know. Nobody registered him. Because the last time I heard registration, year 1988, for the district assembly elections. If you were 1988, after that, 2018, yeah, we didn't register also. In 88, 89, 90, 91, 90, 92, you have a trouble. You new register. Bank of phone to me, I'm the register. Now within 3 months, when you're 30% plus, that event, they say, then go in your time, to be win. Debbie, Kufuor the time on your and a year. Within 3 months, I'll send out to the weedy. A Dubai can no change, you know. Now, Kufuor say, there must be change. There must be change.
It's a shot saying that.
There must be change. And I did change here Dubai and the mark Kufuor. Kufuor took 98, you know, after 296, you know, was a great alliance since Anyama to the extent that the vice president of the ruling government, they had the running mate of Kufuor in the person of Vice President Aka. So that arrangement now got a preparation towards 1996, you know. Answer that, Papa. So, because we were looking for this alliance in 1994-95. Take that your national conference. Echo can say by December of 1995, no, the alliance now will go solo. And it is you Kufuor. Asa almost
General, South na ayi Kufuor ekasa there should be change na ye ready wa hin say ye retain no e dey na ton Kufuor adwemu a sabre no ndi ma ye Kufuor
Kufuor working behind the scenes omo ni na fa nyina omo de ko omo ho ma akoma Kufuor one excellent ability as a politician. He can be maybe or face recognition. Who were crashing 5 years time who were with him. So it came down, went to people, I know money enough for I know where to go. People both need to go to break.
Pesa kasa nyina wan kasa wunu chairman koka. Yeah, what no kopia. What did you actually say? No.
I don't think we must say call the post that I'm.
Yeah, no na dineko.
Now who can you now say no?
Oh say. There be meaning na nyiri, me no candidate you. Party bia, I want Ghana bia.
It is looking as if say on the post. And
I was a minute in Ashtown.
Mate. And you know,
was it JB the historian?
And Kofobe Briana on Omuni Jekufafano. He managed to win a lot of them in his vote.
Wow.
And or 2 year arguments and not winning. When you say yeah call 2000, yeah call 98, yeah call
yeah.
If somehow Kafa Eduboy and Hua and Nuntioti Yen no. Sana na nado danko Akufo-Addo be kafa no say hey who say nipa no anya de. Who say we ono say we nya time. Into that way to man perform no. Who say ba bi on say we nya time. Tie say ma nko bio. Enti Akufo say no change. Akufo-Addo say there must be change. It's the power no. Okay, no change. They do baby no. Or say there must be change. Enti Bawumia or any debate, there must not be change. There must be consistency. So the Yama Akufo-Addo and Kufuor I the winning. Son of Becca. Because the Kennedy's reference to say there must not be change. There must be change. There must be change. So yet to sit answer me, yeah. Anytime my one cry, the dynamic of politics. There's no way. You say Kennedy in terms of contesting Bawumia. And obviously Bawumia arguments. I'm playing arguments and then I'm playing not now. You go raise the counter arguments. I just want people to understand this. There can't be on. If you could for a winning, you know, with all there must be change, no change, you know. And no change winning here. When is the 96, no change and winning. 98, no change winning here with the same person. And he did win here. They did win in the bar 2004. I know they're retaining Kufuor as a presidential candidate. And the best thing called 2008. 2008, well, only they call here. If I don't do all you call elections. And I do lead here. I don't lead here win here. He almost won the elections. And you call second round, third round, and you'll lose here. Make a way will be at say. The fact that Nanado is almost winning here. And on say, you say uncle for free. You contested Nanado in 2012. And look at 2010. A lot of people, including Alan Chamantin, who was the main person. But in 2010 elections, no. Another won massively. You super delegates, yeah, you two main one. We got less than 90, almost 90%. Another one.
Annie.
And they call 2012 elections. 2012 elections, more money in the AC in any one. And Gabaya will say, because of the AC here, and the Nanado kind in your man, 2014, no, or call the post, one call on the post. One call on the post. In your super delegate conference, SIA main general elections, answer all winning. It will be anywhere or some God-given right to be the flag bearer of our party. At any given point in time, we are fighting for it. The work that I know, ever say, Mama Miss Uncle Bion, because Miss Uncle Bion, ever the uncle, I know that you need to see and over arguments are ever the issue about yen people. So it is maintaining the water way, yeah, I think I can say, and combine say at MDA evidence.
Okay.
That MDA we must be ready, say, we are going to see and listen to these arguments back and forth. And you say it's strange, my.
But I'll be able to say, and you're too early.
Very too early because clear rules in the Obi flout to even rules any ho. And kakane ohona. Nobody takes action. It is anybody to honor Biakoka or baby the China. Obviously, no opportunity. I responded and I'm a one. Because no coca or baby, no, Obia. It meant to my transit. Mr. May responded. So, Mr. May responded. Yeah, name is and I'm praying, say, as part of the rules and regulations now. And then one thing and another down for the years from 2014, 2015. A boy, Mr. Sawyer, near my baby, Nana do kasi so both in party and government meetings or no on meeting move and allow so be an crying phone meeting. I said, da. The from 2014, meetings are National Steering Committee, National Executive Committee meeting, National Council, cabinet meetings. But the job be our phones.
Ada na gidi enu ho obi be record wana
ya force there discussions e wo ho ye wia the reported speech da bako akoya reported speech. So as part of rules and regulations we must insist because you see Kwame politics it's about interest. If you imagine say me wo hoi na me a Muslim na makosia Muslims bi wo kokoamu ni omo kasa. So ka tell say oh mo se mo dia ni o ana.
Yes.
Mo dia me tell me tin be di president na tell mo nyira mo ma asuma be di president. Na me wo hoi kra no Ghana kra Muslim bi ndi president si we dem sra mo we dem ko to no bu mo ndc for kra nko twa mo no beto man. Se sa kasa ya making e wo kokoamu na me ni omo pet amba outside. Good. Obi ko report to another matter. They imagine say a record come on in your near the best. Oh, more radio to the internet is why. Which are then they create a lot of confusion. The politics, a religion, a tribe, a region, a association, and all that. Also, a manage near my person will be a major issue. Because, yes, sir, Kennedy goes here, Mampon for no Mudin Comoy. The Hona no Mudium will be a record on the half found that woman is there. And
Casemiro,
and Cacone bad train, way an argument after a historian from 92, the seamen away yesterday. How many years am I supposed to say? And I argument, just election, 2024. So, yeah, candidate late, 1 November 2023. And no can be na you lose na NDC for only your candidate in June as a day. It's a year in June, no, na every year in November, no, 4-5 clear months, anything you lose here. It's at the year 2012. The year Nanado. 7th August 2010. 2010. And now, at a month, July 2012. After Yekoyi, Domama, 29th August 2012. The year Akufo-Addo 12 clear months. 2 years. 2 years, 24 calendar months. 2 years, you will be 2010. Yes, you can talk about the dynamics. Oh, yes, I know now. Emma, na mood no country, ni mood na ye, ye ni nyema. You say ye, this is for the almost propaganda. The omo ye. Omo ye, yes, atamoso. Heavy hand, what name? Or change Yakuponsa. Any faso.
No, Shani watch now. Jesus,
baby, I just say. You can hear a pastor so call heaven, Kratna, and Yakubo Benkum to it. What man in Nifaso? It's me and me can say from July or December. It was so impossible for you to criticize the enemy. Ni peti Nyankopon ni faso. Kokwa yi do woman na yes ejiba no. Yeah,
na unu de emu wanwa. Obi a all heaven a obo watch your space.
You see, ni peti Nyankopon ni faso. We don't go criticize it because go camp your mama so because Satamils are we na all kind of stuff. For that elections, I remember that day. Now you see, that's another Western region, no, and then Western of Nibum, the whole Western region. Now you're in Azim Hobaby, and then another. That is on the July date there.
July something, yeah.
Yeah, that very day. Now you see how everything I call. Freddie Blake Room. If you know na president and other than free cast maybe. If you party first, maybe I will be especially he may be a person James and as an party. Being a party say I see ya. Nana do bunenia na in see. Bunenia there, I say at a no say. Yeah, campaign, you, yeah, then, nara. No, say, suspending in your movement to my head, cocking now, form. And you did lose the election with all the challenges we had and all that. I think that we must be a bit more tolerant with our politics. Now, you're regulating the year, maybe leadership in this matter. Because to me allow individual be a better loophole there piano and if there's competition. So never tell no. The referee no woman no the leadership of the party no that was a set clear rules are punishment our it's certain rules not punishment in this so now go for flashy rules so without any sanction will be other flashy. Even though time in do and yet discussion I want to say yes here the discussion we must engage ourselves as a party now is to look at the reorganization process I hear and the quite first one you bet to party no patience I had been now and no bois now election now whoever becomes whatever no we can go into election 2028 and win and win here but this one and idea we cannot avoid it. If there are no rules, there are a crazy problem.
Now, Mammy Bro, going to 2028 elections, you know, type of candidate and a kind of candidate Ben Amuya.
You see, Obi Mausa answer yeah, not only what politics is about. Maybe we ko bobo new opponent ko bobo. And you won't crowd training now you. Unya who training na we posting team no players on what they ban and who now so share now they are share players and then determine whether we 2 top and 1 top and 3 top and we the first na Italy for Bobby and other boy German machine so into big haka say election aye koi think I am for we nkwa mean no ni assemble time so ewo kakra so let me tell you depending on what the NDC is doing now shen go for mo eyi omo isi omo no NDC foi asedun ketia ne Julia Zebra and as omo prepare on kakra vice you name the school of thought there once you cry or be to resign na Julia Zebra vice how does that play out? You understand? What is important is for us to strengthen our machine they call water. Strengthen a machine they call water depending on how it's placed out there in the say me a corner. particularly in our parliamentary arrangement, it's important that you ever share your opponents and so the game are all play. So, look at what kind of candidate do we need there? For anybody to suggest.
I see. Now, what's analysis be binum so yo modi 2024 modi Bawumia koi na modi ne koi no na mugina enema be planks be miensa baako say the Zongo community no bia will fall for a Muslim first time so my president afei the 5 northern regions no they will fall now omo ato the ama afei na or general appeal no mni ade it is o tie binum so omo ye argument no so omo argument ni say we are no so this time around retaining maybe Ura Bawumia no the same story and now Obekwa continue me say the type of even na mo person what do you
argument me be man na just say me the judge so then na ma be treat me Bawumia na treat me akwa fa so and the krontia ebia vote ayeke ho no yensa anka so me Kennedy ana Sisi Brian or Educhum or all the other candidates now.
Yes, Patrick Buama Kreba.
Why?
Patrick Buama.
Oh, okay. It's good to say young man. Bad, you know. So, Mr. Rabbit, Dientia, sir, no Anthony Amber. I'm not prepared to do that work now. What is important is that the real analysis and the party itself should take it up. It is not presidential candidates, and any of them, they will also determine how thinking should be. Because each and every candidate will have one reason or the other. The party, any interest in who becomes our candidate, should be the one to do the real analysis and look at what went wrong, what went right, what needs to be done. So, now, almost almost 7 years. You candidate Maya because party don't to me because the X and how I echo. It's almost argument now whoever emerges, because whoever emerges, everyone advantages, everyone disadvantages. Whoever you can't declare now, be having advantages and disadvantages. Now, I say the disadvantages. The thing I bet to me after I know this year. The thing I know the advantages, the advantages, how does the advantage of the candidate merges with the plan of the party? So, answer to me a prosecutive elections. If they are not already a guy, that honorable candidate, but the party, the real analysis, should be done by the party. Now, to actually say what is the way forward, and for why are the regions in here the 2 year and I say there's a lot of work to be done. I tell you.
General Maminja, na me senior Panson Fama.
Meso me Damaste. Mestre, we are Kuma Embra from. Major issue, we are ba. Way too many we can't wait and major issue. Think I didn't make time. Think Bawumia cannot say with the exception of Professor Dubois or other candidates. You cannot catch up in the end. Because this time, so near Master, oh, can't send what Kukumu and no be out of quarter. We are home waiting at the count of Kukumu. We are more than protected at home and count of Kukumu. We are better to be asking. We are the here.